Hello! Am I live? Looks like I am. It looks like I am. I think so. I think so. I'm gonna try to hear the stream real quick. So it's gonna sound strange. Looks like I am. It looks like I am. I think so. I think so. I'm gonna try to hear the stream real quick. So it's gonna sound strange. Looks like I am. Whoa. Now that's time travel for you. Anyway, just a few more settings I'm going to tweak while introducing what I'm doing today. Today is the back to school stream. It's now August, middle of August. Most of us all are now back in the classroom, or we are thinking about it, getting stuff. Some people might start school a little later. Some of you may have started school for a week or so now. But I just want to get everyone in the same room and just have a bit of a ramble, have a bit of a how are we feeling kind of thing. So yeah, don't think that this is going to be a kind of typical thing. This is just a little checkpoint. Think of it as a save room. You know, if you know what I'm talking about. We just chill. There's nothing to worry about. We may have a few laughs as I embarrassingly play Minecraft poorly. Or, yeah, we just talk. I say we as though you will participate. Nah. This stream is intended for all audiences, all ages. I'm not going to be tolerating any profanity, slurs, hate speech. Live replay will be live comments will be heavily moderated. The VOD is not going to have comments. That being said, I do host streams often of other games, games that might be rated mature. Those streams, other videos in the past that I've posted are age restricted. So if you do want access to that, you will have to sign into a Google account or a YouTube account that is confirming that your age is over 18. Another point of thing, I do not interact with my students on my personal social media. Not only can that land a teacher in a lot of trouble, it's just not good. It's just not a professional thing to do. However, if you know me and you want to say hi, feel free to say hi, and I might say hi back. But I won't be playing games with students. I won't be doing mutual follow back on social media. You can follow my Mr. Laporte Instagram. It's just at Mr. Laporte. And you can see all the different photography, KGEM and video stuff that I share. That's totally fine. Show your parents, show your friends. Sometimes I have some friends as well that are showing off their art or stuff from their local businesses. For example, I have a friend who I went to college with, and she just started her own small business called the Phase Weave. And it is I'll show you guys in a second. If I can get it. Oh, you know what? It's in my bag. It's in my bag. It is a bracelet made of chainmail. Sorry, I'm wearing a lavalier microphone from work, which is why you can hear me moving about and just doing stuff. But I recently saw some students at a concert, and I showed this off. My webcam is funny and low quality, and I refuse to change it. I think it's kind of funny. It's called a Microsoft Live Cam. Look it up. But anyway, this is a chainmail bracelet. It's called the Dragon's Back Weave. And my friend Phoenix has started her own small business where she will be selling these at reasonable prices. And she does offer a number of discounts as well on shipping. Check out the Phase Weave, F-E-Y. Phase, like a fairy type creature. Phase Weave on Instagram. She has a website. I am not telling you as an educator that you need to go buy this. That's not the point. I'm just saying, if you want to support my friend, give her a shout out. Say, hey, I think your stuff is cool, do that, okay? And if you and your parents consider thinking that this stuff is cool, you know, do what you will. Anyway, I've been kind of watching the stream. I'm also going to tweak a few settings here because I'm playing Minecraft, and I can hear it on my TV speakers. However, I don't want that to be the case. So we're going to try putting this in my ear. Hello? There we go. It looks like, yep, it looks like my capture software is capturing everything. Okay, so let's proceed. Minecraft is a video game that came out in 2009. I was a little baby child in 2009. I was in middle school or something. And Minecraft was a game that asked you and the audience one question. Can you build brown bricks in Minecraft? And the answer is mostly. So I'm just going to play on my friend's server here that we've all sort of played together. I've kind of been in the middle of making some mining stuff. So you're not watching me start from scratch, not by any means. You are watching me just kind of do my stuff here, and we can just kind of talk about how things are going. First of all, how was everyone's summer? I hope it was good. Hope it was a good summer. If I get to see you at some point, or I get to hear from you, I will definitely ask how your summer was. I got made fun of. I got made fun of a lot at the end of last year by telling people to have a great summer. I was told, who says have a great summer in 2020? Which I thought was insulting because I really do think you all should have a good summer. I'm not going to sit there and wonder if you did or didn't. That's why I'm asking. So, let's see. Also realizing I'm not as good at multitasking as I thought. That's okay, we're all learning together. That's the thing I'll say, is I get people that ask me all the time. Some parents, some community members, faculty, will ask me how they feel about younger students in this day and age. You know, what do they think about, you know, kids, the Gen Zs, if they will, the Gen Alphas. Are they disrespectful? Are they misbehaved? And I think the answer is it depends. It really, really depends. I think this generation is incredibly smart. I would hope that every generation, like after the prior one, is like smarter and more open and more wise than the last one. And people are like, oh, what about kids that do this dumb stuff? Like they do this thing where they like, you know, they like, when I started teaching, it was during the devious licks trend, right? And so some hooligans were like breaking the bathroom stuff, or like just vandalism became a trend. And I was like, okay, this is just vandalism, right? And it was funny to me because a lot of people lumped in like, oh, this is why kids are bad. And I'm like, no, there's plenty of students that I talk to that are like, no, I don't think this is funny. I don't think this is cool because now the bathroom is locked, you know. Look, some students leave the classroom to go take a break because they need to take a break, and I think that's okay, you know. And also some students have invisible disabilities that, you know, are hard to explain to their fellow classmates, but they don't really have time to, so they're just like, I need to go down the hall and take care of a thing, you know? It's not my job to question that. It's my job to make sure that the learning is happening and all your objectives are taking place. So if I have a suspicion that you're going to the bathroom to get out of something, then we'll talk about it. But I'm not going to make that assumption, right? I'm not going to assume you're leaving to go shatter a porcelain toilet, you know? It's not my job to be that level of a detective, right? But if the situation is obviously obvious, right? If a student comes back from the bathroom and they have like a shattered toilet ring around their neck, I'll be like, huh, buddy, what were you doing? Right? And that's where we have a discussion. But I think it's important for educators, community members, parents, and fellow students, right, to just not jump to conclusions. Be patient. Observe. Report. Because at worst, a report goes... Well, no. I believe that one of the... Ow, sorry. You know when you use a keyboard a lot, right? Like a keyboard. You get this thing called carpal tunnel. And it's when your wrist hurts. I'm also a little small guy, so we're going to do something a little silly here. I'm going to hope it doesn't destroy the stream. Okay. Oh boy. All right. Here goes. Oh, it worked. Oh, it worked. Okay, this, ladies and gentlemen and persons, is a game pad. Do you know what that means? You sleep there when it's time to be a gamer. Like a pad. Like back in the day, people say, "Oh, this is my pad." Right? "This is my pad, dude. Like, this is where I chill with all my friends." And then, yeah, something like that happens. Anyway, I'm also going to close the YouTube in the background because OBS is handling the stream, and I don't need to... I use Google Chrome still, and it eats up a lot of RAM. Random access memory. So, what was I saying? Something about, like... God, that was loud. Lots of, I guess this is an important sidestep now, is like, if you can't tell, I have ADHD. Lots of my friends and close ones have that thing going on. Some of you or your parents also might have what is known as the distraction disorder. And so, as you notice, I started one ramble, and I'm like yards away from that. So you're just going to have to bear with me, because boy, oh boy, am I not going to remember where I was coming from or what I was saying, and that's okay. But guess what? I'm trying to normalize talking about that stuff. Because when I grew up, no one talked about it. And that was heartbreaking. That was really heartbreaking, because it's a thing people struggle with. And I have many close friends as well who... you know, they've had a really hard time in life because of it. I'm not saying, I'm not trying to demonize it. I'm just trying to say, like, this is a thing that people deal with. And, you know, what I've observed as well is, I grew up a young man. And I could totally be talking about things that I'm not 100% on right now. And I always welcome that correction, especially from faculty or community members that work in that and know a lot more than I do. But from my anecdotal, which means like personal experience, like I think boys, young men, young cis boys, tend to get diagnosed with ADD, ADHD, autism more readily, and like very early on in their lives, and then the people kind of chalk it up, at least how it was, I'm saying now, but I'm saying like back then when I was younger and growing up, they kind of chalk it up to like, oh, well, this guy's, you know, he's just hyperactive, you know, he's gonna play kind of rough on the playground, he's gonna be hyper in the classroom and not pay attention, and then, you know, you kind of get a more discipline-based relationship with that parent, with that teacher, with that student. young femmes, young women, young cisgendered femmes, don't tend to get that diagnosis in their elementary years. They tend to get it later, either almost as adults or in their like late teen, post-watershed years. And the friends that I have that are femme and have talked to me about it, they have kind of looked at me and been like, the most depressing thing about that is it's like not useful information. It's like at a point, they get that information at a point in their lives where they're like, great, I have a mental illness. What am I supposed to do with that now? Because all of the like classroom opportunities, type beats are over. And now I have to go join the working world, and that's going to be hard. It's going to be very hard because I don't know how, like, I've just been told that I'm different. I've just been told that, like, I'm, like, going to have it harder than most people. And, yeah. So, it's a little bit difficult, I should say. So, consider that, when you're dealing with a young woman that is having a hard time focusing, or, has sensory issues and stuff like that, that they might be dealing with something that the world hasn't really given them the tools to properly deal with. Whereas, like I said, if a young boy is diagnosed with is diagnosed as like a gifted student very early on, it's very likely that that student will receive therapy, psychiatry, and therefore medication in those formative years, and a female might not, because it might be too little too late. Granted, this is not Mr. Laporte saying don't look into it, don't talk about it. If you are in your 20s and you are wondering if you have autism, or if you're wondering if you have like ADHD or some sort of hyperactivity disorder, go talk to your doctor. Go talk to someone. Like, it's so much better than saying nothing and like having all that go unnoticed. And then you struggle and beat yourself up. Talk to a counselor. Talk to someone who isn't me, who is way more qualified to have those conversations. I can talk about the theory right now, but if you and I sit together and chat about it, I might not know the best or right thing to say, and that's okay. I think that's humble to admit that it's hard. Wow! I almost died there. I really hope my microphone isn't clipping too bad. But anyway, yeah, that's just some food for thought. What did I do up here? This is interesting. Also, there might be some drumming sounds in the background. That is because my younger brother, who is a high schooler, funny enough, he might be practicing his drums. If it gets too loud, I will go and ask him if he can do it a different time. But if it's not a problem, then it might not be a problem. And at worst, you're going to hear some awesome drumming. I think he's quite good, actually. Hoping he joins a band and does Battle of the Bands. What kind of music do y'all like? I don't know where I'm at. I grew up playing like classical style instruments like clarinet. I was part of marching band. Wow, why did I do that? I'm trying to remember where I got out from. I need to go make an anvil. I played a little piano, like I self-taught, because I had friends in high school who were like brilliant on piano, and I was really jealous, and I was like, oh, I want to learn. So we have an upright piano in our house, not a grand style, and yeah, we were like, hey, I think that's the way yeah, that's the way I think. So I like soundtracks, I like scores, I like classical music. When I had a CD player Walkman when I was young, I got like, I think it was in 5th grade, and my teacher was teaching us like music and stuff. And he was like, yeah, here's like classical music, including this, that, and this. And here's the Star Wars score by John Williams, and I was like, wow. And like, I grew up loving Star Wars, loving Star Wars, because as soon as I was able to like retain information from a TV screen, my dad was like, so he's watching all of Star Wars. So my dad, who had bootleg taped old televisings of Star Wars, he forced me to watch it. And I remember the ending to Return of the Jedi was like not working for some reason. So, or like it just wasn't there. Not work. I say not working. No, it just like I never knew how the movie ended. Like I saw them blow up. Spoilers for a really old movie. I saw them blow up the Death Star, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, what happens?" And then, you know, the Ewoks are all cheering, and that was it. That was like the whole movie. Like, I think there was like specifically a shot of like Leia and Han like laying down in the forest, and then like Wicket shows up, and then the tape ended. So I never saw like Luke see the ghost of all the Jedi until I was like older. I am exploring when I need to be leaving. Okay. Objective. Oops. Yeah, so what was I saying about that? Oh, so yeah, like the Star Wars music was like sacred to me, and like soundtracks in general were like sacred, like super good and super cool. So I still listen to like scores of my favorite movies, shows, video games. Like that is something I will always unapologetically be listening to. People will be like, "Are you a huge nerd?" And the answer is yes. I'm playing Minecraft on a stream for families. What do you think I'm doing? But I like rock and roll, specifically like older rock and roll. Stuff from like the 60s. I know they're making a Billy Joel movie. I'm really excited about that. Yeah, they're making a Billy Joel movie. I just watched a clip from the Elvis movie, and I was like, whoa, this is kind of crazy cool. Green Day. I love Green Day. Lots of punk kind of stuff is really cool. Lots of talented drummers. I grew up, of course, in the era of like the pop punk, Panic at the Disco, Fall Out Boy, My Chemical Romance, you know. And I'll confess I wasn't really into it at first. Like I kind of didn't really feel like I fit in with those kinds of crowds, and so I was kind of like, oh, it's okay, I guess, or oh, I hate it, it's all moody. And then when I got older in college, I was like, oh, okay, I think this is cool. So I like went back and I listened to a lot of music. I like stand by that Pretty Odd is like one of the best musical albums of all time, because it's like flower power, like Beatles energy with like all the orchestral stuff going on, and I think that's really cool. Yeah, I think my brother's like tuning his drums or something. I might tell him to go be quiet, but I don't know. Man, I have no idea what I was talking about. It's okay. Is that flow okay? Must be a little boring to see me just playing a, you know, like a oh, no! Get out of there! If I stick like a polished andesite, like right there. That's cool, okay. Then, boom. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Just trying to make things look a little more organized. Lots of stairs. Oh wait, let's see. If I do this. There we go. And then let's not hit our head. Okay. Yeah. So my main function of this stream is to talk about, of course, school. How school's going. Elephant in the room. A lot of people have said that school is either very, very different, difficult, or even problematic post the COVID-19 pandemic, which I want to reiterate. COVID-19 is still around. It's still a thing that people are getting sick of. Is it putting everyone in the hospital like it was? No. But it's still kicking people's butt, for like a week. I just knew someone that had it. I wasn't around them or exposed to them for a minute, and probably because they were self-quarantining, which is great. It's a good practice in general, and what's funny is, like, even before the pandemic, I remember growing up and being like, hey, if you've got the flu, don't come to school. You're going to spread it to all of us. And think about us, like teachers. Like, I understand that, like, missing school sucks, and you might be like, oh my gosh, what do I do? But I would so much rather you come to school feeling at your 100% than to, like, force yourself to try to, like, lock in, because I guarantee you won't. You'll try, you'll feel like you can, and then you'll be like, and then you deal more damage to your health. And no one needs that. No one needs you to hurt yourself. Interesting. Yeah, that works fine. Not wheelchair accessible. Minecraft is not wheelchair accessible, and that's silly. Alright, I might go tell my brother something real quick. So here. Bear with me for 4 seconds. You can stare directly into this light. How about that? Don't blind yourself. Oh, I've got to... There we go. Oh, hold on. There we go. That's a bit better. Okay. Back to the crafting of mine. Okay. Oh. I can hear everything? Okay, cool. Yeah. So forgot what I was saying, but it's all cool. Yeah, my brother plays drums. It's really cool. So he's like tuning his drums, and he'll do it later. I'm gonna wash my car. But yeah, so anyway, about school being more difficult, more different. I started teaching in 2021. So as soon as like we were able to return to the classroom, like that's when I was started teaching. So there was a lot of challenges in terms of recognizing how people's lives have changed based around social distance, COVID, what have you. My thing I've always talked about is like parents, community members, like have different work shifts now. Like they used to be able to drop your students off at school reliably. It's functional daycare in a way. You're here. I know my kid is fed and safe. You get free lunch at school depending on where you're from. Not that you get lunch based on depending where you are from, but like some places have free lunch, some places don't. So it's interesting. It's very interesting because it's a change for sure. Problem solving. Let's go. My poor pickaxe. But I want to like reassure everyone that like the school environment is changing, growing, shaping, and that's okay. That's like totally okay. I don't want those changes to come at the expense of each other, I should say. Like I don't want us to feel like it's so over, man, and it's like, no. We'll be chilling. We will be chilling. Oh, I know what I could do, and this could be interesting. Yeah, I hope like you and your family or yourself and your loved ones were able to like chill and have a good time, this summer. I know I wish I had a little bit of a longer summer, but it is what it is. Trust me, I'm sure we all feel that way to some extent. Does that work? It just looks ugly, but it works. It works and it looks ugly, but you can do that. And then, ooh, and stick. I'm using a controller now, remember? So my mouse is a little slow. Hey, that is pretty cool. Sorry, that might have been an annoying noise. But yeah, I really do hope I get to see y'all at some point and hang out. I definitely am looking into some full-time work, because right now I'm just substitute teaching. I started doing AP US History teaching in 2021. And then, yeah, that's fun. I really enjoy talking about history because history is the story of us. And that's cool and awesome. Now to use the evil stairs. Oh, they sound different too. That's cool. No! Of a grim topic I could talk about what this reminds. Ooh! Oh, seriously, my poor pickaxe. You can do it. You can do it. If I break this pickaxe, I'll be so sad. So I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave the rest of that. ugly mind. My very, very ugly mind. No. I'm locked in, fellows. No! Okay. Yeah. So, some of you may have been in the 5th grade, and now you're starting middle school, and you're like, what is middle school? And I'll tell you what middle school is. Middle school is the thing we invented to teach you responsibility. And you're responsible for learning how to be cool, so be cool. And then you'll be really embarrassed. Hopefully not. Sometimes middle school can feel a little embarrassing. High school can feel a little embarrassing. Some of you might be starting a much more difficult grade school grade, and you're just a little nervous about, how your academics will perform, or if it's going to be harder. And I'm here to tell you, 100%, the worst case scenario that could happen is something you can handle. Even if you believe it's something you can't, that's certainly something that needs talking about. But you can do it. You can do it. And even if you don't succeed, it's not over. You can always try again. This too shall pass. All things shall. And we can breathe, and we can chill, and we can take a little nap. Because the next day we can work hard. And I know we can do that. Oh, I'm hearing zombie noises. Do you ever hear the or the? You guys get to see something awful that I've created. Me and my friend Phoenix have created the most evil machine. This is evil. Do you see this? This is where I live, by the way. I live on a ranch. It's called Mushroom Ranch. Mushroom Ranch. This is the swimming pool, and below it is the library. This is the smoker. This is where we cook our food. Oh. Oh, is it you? Oh! Oh! I'm sorry, sir, but you've been Minecrafted. Also, apologizing for your ears, people of the world. This is where you get free XP. Lots of little silly things. Feather falling too? No. Ain't worth it. Ain't worth it. But I do get cool arrows. This is weird happening in one ear, but not happening in TV, which is what I'm used to. Okay, so I need to take all that material I just farmed. I need to make an anvil. Why? Because I need to repair old reliable here. Oh boy. Oh yeah, this is my house. You need a house tour. House tour, house tour, house tour, house tour, house tour, house tour. Ow. Oh. This is Bing Chilling. Bing Chilling. From John Cena's ice cream commercial. And then these are the mushrooms. This is my time and relative in dimension in space. There's cake over there. This is a little storytelling campfire room, like a town hall. something. That's where you say Bing Shaling over and over, and you gather by the fire. This is copper. You can clean it with an axe. It gets oxidized, like the Statue of Liberty. But it wears down your pickaxe a lot, so I don't really do that. This is my chambers where I sleep. But on my server that I'm playing on, sleeping is disabled. It just is a glorified spawn point. This is my potion room where I make potions. This is the fabrication station. Smiley face. Oh, and my cat's making sleepy noises. That's funny. Let's stick some coal here. So while that iron cooks, who lets them cook? We're going to start making some raw material. We've got that. It's actually, that's mildly useful, so I think I'll keep that the way that is. Unless I bake it. Let's try baking some cobblestone into some stone. That's right. Okay, let's start repairing some stuff. Oh boy, it's getting expensive. Ah, and I need to make 2 of these. I hate this. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. 1 iron anvil. And then some more iron to make yet another anvil. You ready for the meme sound, everyone? This is the sound that everyone goes, metal pipe. Cool. That's all working out very nicely. Yeah. Oh, this is the battle room where you battle people for power. I don't know. This is the library, remember? Because the swimming pool is up there. This is the library. We can enchant things in here. We can take books. So you can study for all your quizzes. Always study for your quizzes. I'll be checking. This is taking forever, so we're going to go somewhere else. Anything else need repairing? I guess the sword could use some repairing. We'll wait on that. But yeah, I'm not going to stream for too long today. Probably for only an hour. And then we'll circle back at some point. I'll have another stream. I might do, like I said earlier in this video, at the beginning I specified that, like, I don't do mature stuff for everyone. Those are like, I played, like a couple first-person shooter type games, but that's not something that I need to share with all of my audience, you know? So I basically go, oh, those are age restricted if I'm gonna live stream them. And that's okay. Totally okay. So. Wow! We need the anvil in here. Where is it? It goes right. Ping! Okay. We also need... Oh, that farm is sure coming along, guys. Basically, I'll explain this, and it's a cool life hack. Well, not life hack, it's a video game strategy. So, here. Basically, what you do is... you build this big structure, right? Okay. I'll get a better shot of it in a second. Ow. Those were all of my bones breaking. Time to use my Minecraft insurance to treat my broken bones. It's fish. This fish is this thing. Okay. So, you stand right here. Press F5? Yeah, okay. So, you see this like flat top right there? I'm trying to make it so that you can see it. Not my webcam blocking it. Okay. So it's like a room, and all the enemies spawn inside of there because it's completely dark. And then you see these little columns that go across. You see, if you notice, I have my particle settings on. There's water dripping from it. Water flows to the very edge, and there's trapdoors, and the mobs all stand on it, and they all get like carried down into this like tube here. Which is why, essentially, they all just like kind of come down here. This is probably really disorienting. So they all like spawn inside of here and then go down, right? All the way down this big tube. And you can just use your sword on their kneecaps. Yep. And you get your points there for spell casting and mending. So. Sorry if I'm lower energy than usual, but I'm chilling. Might have some pizza, wash my car. We've got about 10 more minutes of stream here, and I'll wrap up my thoughts. Go into this school year and this just fall, what's a good point of advice? I haven't even thought of the advice I wanted to give yet. Treat your friends with respect. Try to build upon community, because that was something during the COVID pandemic that I believe was not lost per se, but shifted. It's harder for families, students to make ends meet, so to speak. It's harder to get people to, stay in one place. It's expensive and it's difficult. And as a result, you might find yourself moving around a lot, or, what have you. Always try to build community wherever you go. Know that, you're not the only one that's experiencing a lot of transition and a lot of change. And change is hard, but it always happens, and it's okay. Change is important, even though it hurts. And we can get through it together. In the city that I work with and for, through various degrees of separation, there's been a phrase tossed around since the last state of the city that we are better together. And I believe that is very true. I believe that is something that's incredibly important, that we are better together. But it's challenging because it requires patience. It requires patience and it requires listening. And that's not always easy. It's not supposed to be easy. For some people, it comes easier than others, and we hope that our parents and our educators and our community leaders are people that have a patient ear. But that doesn't always happen. And sometimes you have to stop, take a breath, and say, okay. Ow. Okay, let me think, So it's okay to say, let me take a bit and get back to you, to not rush yourself through everything. You don't need to. It'll be okay. I promise. Because that's where you can meet people, like, you can meet them where they need you to meet them, which is, in an honest place. So I've been kind of circling around to say, be honest. That's Mr. Laporte's advice. Be honest. Be honest. But never don't be kind, Honesty can be difficult because sometimes that translates into you being rude. If you are rude, apologize, and change your behavior. Change your behavior. Don't just say sorry over and over. Be like, I hate your shoes. Sorry. No. Don't make comments like that if it hurts people's feelings in such a way. Yeah, I think just be honest. Because you'll never know how you might be able to help people, or you might not know that what's the phrase here? You can help. Sorry, one sec. Brain slow, brain move. You might be surprised at how others might be able to help you, and you might surprise yourself on your ability to help others. You just have to try. I'm not saying be perfect. Growth is not linear. You can do a cool thing one day and make a mistake the next day. And that's okay too. Seriously, who likes the regular andesite? Why wouldn't you have a stone cutter? Granite. Taken for granted. Nice. To make a very brick, very red house. That is the goal here. Stone's done. Stones are done. And I can cut these stones into stone bricks. Heck yeah. A lot of organizing happening here. Well, 5 more minutes of stream and I'll let y'all go. Actually, I'll watch it back. I'm a little impressed with how streaming went. It wasn't so bad. Anything else I can change? I have no idea how many people actually even watched something like this. So, whatever. I'm counting on more people to watch it probably after the fact. And it's me just existing, which is even funnier. It's me just sitting here and just chilling. Oh boy. Didn't I have stairs in my inventory? Oh, I put them like down here. Interesting, interesting. Got lots of gravel to burn. Whatever. But yeah, school year's just beginning. I think it'll be interesting. Right now it's really hot where we're all at, so please stay hydrated. If you start to feel lightheaded, talk to us. We will go. You have to go to the nurse. 9 times out of 10, the nurse will be like, "You're fine," and you know, hopefully you actually are fine and not fine, and then need help or something, which would be present some problems, but for sure. Ooh. No. There we go. Sometimes that crashes my game, and I was like, well, that would have been the end of the stream, even though we're like right here at the end here. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I'm excited to see where the theater department goes soon. Pause insight. I'm just gonna take all this dirt and put it somewhere else. I'm sure I'll find a use for it at some point. Jeez. Oh, that's where that went. Any other glass or anything like that? No. Block of lapis? That could look cool underground. I might take that underground. That area that we started in is an area where I want to like make a like mural. Like, have you ever seen like a fountain, and like the fountain has like a really pretty like what is it, like porcelain, or like, I don't know what the word is, but it's like stones. It's like lots of pretty like painted stones, and it like can be iridescent, or it can be kind of shiny. And I'm like thinking about stuff like that. But I actually might go exploring caves. So maybe that'll be my next stream. This one was probably fun, but boring for me to just kind of just exist and walk around and do nothing. But that's just because I had a lot on my mind, and I hope y'all got something out of it. So, oh, here are the cows in the farm. I'll do a farm tour. I'll do a farm tour next time. All right. Well, oh, cow noises. Cow noises. I was getting a little sleepy, and I need to wash my car. So, all right, everyone. I hope y'all had a really fun time listening to me. All like none of you that were here. Oh, that's the sound of my cat getting fed. So I'm gonna make sure that that goes okay. But yeah. Hopefully I'll see you all soon, and be sure to like and subscribe.